And welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to FC Motagua versus CD Olimpia in Leg 1 of the 2022 Scotiabank CONCACAF League Semifinals. The second semifinal, of course, last night. El Diablo Valencia smacked Real España 3-0 in Honduras. Another match in Honduras tonight, but it's a Super Clásico Hondureño, Motagua Olimpia at Chalato Ucles, Tegucigalpa, La Liga CONCACAF Scotiabank 2022 Semifinales, Partido Aira, Motagua contra Olimpia. Going to be a big match here, an enjoyable match. And we'll see how good it gets, how good it will be. Should be an interesting match. Hopefully it lives up to a Super Clásico Hondureño. It lives up to the billing, and we have some fun with it. So with that being said, lineups are as follows. For FC Motagua, we have Jonathan Rugier, Daniel Maldonado, Carlos Melendez, Jonathan Nunez, Diego Rodriguez, and Marcelo Santos at the back. The midfield, Ivan Lopez, Wesley Decas, Hector Castellanos, Juan Delgado, and up top, Eddie Hernandez for Motagua, the home side. The home side, because both games played in the same stadium. Should be very interesting, though, because of that factor. With that being said, the Olimpia 11, this week's away side. We have in goal, Edric Menjivar, the back three of Maynor Nunez, Jose Garcia, and Brian Bekeles. The midfield five of Boniek Garcia, Jose Pinto, Herman Maija, Carlos Sanchez, and Michael Chirinos. And the front two of Jerry Bankston and Brian Moya for Olimpia under Pedro Choglio. Should be very interesting to see how this game goes down. Should be a very interesting Super Clásico Hondureño on the night in Tegucigalpa, the first leg of a great Super Clásico. And we'll see how tight this match is. I think this will be a very hard-fought, tight match. I can't wait to see it. And we got comments here before the start. Cellar says, hello, how was your day? My day was good. My day was good. Iron out some details and all that, but we've been good. I was thinking about the New York Yankees. It seems like they're doing well right now. Yeah, they are. They're in the playoffs. That's doing well. What if the New York Yankees and NYCFC both keep advancing? Does that mean every single NYCFC match be Red Bull Arena, or would one or two matches be in Citi Field? Depends on how good the Mets do, because the Mets are also in the playoffs. So right now, what it would look like in the first leg of the playoffs, first round of the playoffs, NYCFC being fourth, it would be Red Bull Arena. It would have to be Red Bull Arena on a separate day than what the Red Bulls are playing. Of course, would have to be a separate day. But for the first round, since both City and the Yankee Stadium are being used, well, that would be next weekend. Who knows? The Mets may be eliminated. The Mets may be eliminated. And I think at that point, they would be on the road against the Dodgers. So, actually, no, Citi Field might be able to be used. But I would say Red Bull Arena just to be safe, just to be safe. I think the only way Citi Field gets used on the first round is if the Mets are eliminated by the Padres, which is a possibility. It is a possibility. Knowing the Mets, it's a possibility. If, and that's a huge if, NYCFC eliminates the entire Eastern Conference, would that mean 2022 MLS Cups at Red Bull Arena or Citi Field? Well, actually, the fact is that the final, Game 7, is on the same day as the MLS Cup final. So, ironically enough, if the Yankees are hosting Game 7 and NYCFC are the home team in the MLS Cup final, they cannot host the MLS Cup final at Yankee Stadium. They would have to host it at Red Bull Arena or Citi Field. At that point, I don't think the Mets are making the World Series. So, it wouldn't be at Yankee Stadium if the World Series goes to 7, and if the Yankees and NYCFC are both hosting on that day. So that's actually a very big possibility, ironically enough. That's a very big possibility. I hope it's not because of NYCFC. I just want the Blue Jays in the World Series. I think it'll be an ALCS between the Yankees and the Blue Jays. I'm actually 100% sure about that. I think talent-wise, the Jays are better than the Astros. So we'll see what happens. But I think the Jays could beat the Astros in 5. Short series. They could. I seriously doubt the final will be at Yankee Stadium because Yankees keep advancing at the same time. Exactly. Yeah, the Red Bulls would feel some type of way, probably. 2 Charlotte, 2 Columbus. Full-time Charlotte are eliminated. Yep. Miami are winning 2-0, 45 plus 1. I'm not shocked. You are playing at RBA for the first round. They already said that. I guess they have to have it decided longer than a week out, I guess. So, RBA, okay. Fair enough. Like, it's not up to what happens this weekend with what happens with the Mets. Okay. I guess they'd rather have it RBA anyway. So that'd be interesting. So RBA versus the 5th seed. So I'm guessing NYCFC, of course, NYCFC and Red Bulls would be on a different day. They would not be playing on the same day. I mean, I guess they could, but I don't think they would do that anyway. But I guess since they're the same stadium, technically. But that would honestly be a cluster. So it probably would be a different day. Like one of them would get Saturday, one of them would get Sunday, or one of them will get Sunday, one of them will get Monday. Something like that. I guess that would make sense. Next weekend, that would make sense. How ironic would it be if NYCFC ended up being the first game and I don't even talk about it because of other situations, haircuts and all, as we talked about. Forge Pacific 0-1 full time. So Forge is not going to be the top of the league this year in the CPL. They're in the playoffs, but they won't be top of the league. Then again, every time they won a CPL final, it was not at their stadium. It was on the road. Well, I guess that's a good thing. Ottawa versus Forge, CPL final. Forge wins on the road. You know what? I'll take it. Screw it. I'll take it. If that's what it means. What up, Connor? How we doing? Teams are about to walk out here in this first leg of the second semifinal, or technically semifinal 1. Yesterday was semifinal 2. In the Super Classico Andreno, Motagua versus Olimpia. Should be a very good matchup here. Should be a very, very interesting match. And by the way, how do you feel about that draw with Charlotte? I'd like to know. I'd like to know your point of view on that draw. That must mean they allowed a goal in the last 20 minutes, because I did see Crew 96 Times story that 20 minutes left, it was 2-1. Of course the Crew would do that. Of course they would allow a goal in the last 20 minutes. Caleb Porter, you know exactly what you get with him. Porter Towel Calvary, yep. So that game in hand went to shit. All right, for Forge. Olimpia in the white, Motagua in the navy blue. Teams are walking out ready to hear the CONCACAF League anthem to get this Super Classico Andreno underway. Leg 1, of course, of this semifinal. Both legs at Chilata Ucles, Tegucigalpa, Honduras. Should be very interesting. Referee from Guatemala tonight. I know that offhand. Forge are playing against Halifax Wanderers on Sunday. We should win that game. Halifax isn't good this year. We should win that game. Forge. I'm not worried about that. Problem is they had to win out to get first, to win the CPL Shield, so to speak. You know, the first place in the regular season, which is technically is also being honored now, finally. It took them 3 years to make a CPL Shield equivalent, a Supporter Shield equivalent. 3 years. No, 4 seasons. But as long as you win the final, I guess that doesn't matter. Motagua 11 in goal. Jonathan Rougier, Daniel Maldonado, Carlos Melendez, Ivan Lopez, Eddie Hernandez, Raul Santos, Hector Castellanos, Wesley Decas, Diego Rodriguez, Juan Delgado, Jonathan Nunez. What up, Elias? How we doing? Pacific's playing against Calvary on Sunday. I think Pacific wins that, honestly. York, Halifax, Edmonton. Mario Escobar, Guatemala is the referee. The ARs are Juan Carlos Mora of Costa Rica and Caleb Wales of Trinidad. And Walter Lopez of Guatemala is the 4th official. I'm good, bro. Just woke up yourself. I'm doing good. Of course, I've been up for a bit, of course. Time zones, I guess. Hey, this is a good thing to wake up to. I'm not going to lie. That's pretty cool. I feel like a European. I feel like an American watching a European show they love. I feel like I'm the European in that case. Olimpia, under Pedro Choglio El Profe. Edric Menjivar, Mylor Nunez, Jose Garcia, Brian Bekeles, Brian Moya, Boniek Garcia, Jose Pinto, Jerry Bankston, Herman Maja, Carlos Sanchez, and Michael Chirinos. Atletico Ottawa versus York on Sunday. York's going to get their ass kicked. They're not good this year. Miami's up 2-0 over Orlando right now, and they're in it. If they win, they're in, and it comes down to who wins on Sunday for the final playoff spot against Orlando and the Crew. Winvo is probably biting his nails right now. Probably you are too, but... And if a draw happens, who's in? If Crew and Orlando draw, if this result holds, what happens? Is it... I've been focused on Toronto scenarios way too much up until it blew up all in their face, and I've sort of been... I'm just waiting for the playoffs to start, frankly. Probably need to read up on all the scenarios for the wraparound part of Decision Day, at least for the East. So there you go. So Orlando's in on goal difference. Okay. Yeah, sounds about right. So draw or win, Orlando's in. Crew have to win. So Orlando, knowing the Crew and the game's kicked off here, Motagua have kicked off in the blue against Olimpia in the white. Motagua, the home side tonight, of course. Honestly, just administrative purposes only. They're both playing in the same stadium for both legs. Superclásico Andareno, so we'll see what that does. Probably half the stadium's Motagua, half the stadium's Olimpia, so that could be interesting. Probably both legs. It's a pressure cooker, probably. And that's a bad pass. Goes a little bit backwards, and that's out for a Motagua throw. No, Olimpia throw. They kicked that out themselves. All right. Of course, both teams have been pretty dominant. I wouldn't say. Hold on. Olimpia has been very dominant on their road to this semifinal. Motagua, on the other hand, have been questionable. Olimpia should win this match, but a derby's very different. Motagua could wake up and be dominant, and Olimpia could look like what Motagua has for the past 2 rounds. Olimpia, of course, beat CSD Municipal 3-2, but honestly dominated them until they went down 2 men, but still figured out how to win that tie. They beat up Didion Hen 7-1. They've been a very dominant team throughout this tournament. Motagua, on the other hand, won 3-0 on aggregate over Cibao, and then beat Tauro 5-4 on penalties after drawing 0-0 through 180. And that's how they got here. So Olimpia has been the better team. This result means we aren't playoff hunting. You do know that if you beat the Crew or draw, you're in. If Columbus draw with Orlando, they need to wait between DC and Cincinnati is through. Oh, so there's actually more. Oh. My view right now is we lose or draw on Sunday. I still got Arsenal till late May. You're really hoping for that Europa League final, aren't you? Honestly, though, I could see it. I could honestly see it the way Arsenal are playing. They're actually good. Like, maybe the process was supposed to be trusted. Maybe you should have trusted maybe trusting the process is what needed to be happening. They're actually good. Arsenal. They honestly, I think Arsenal finishes second this year in the Premier League. Liverpool ain't finishing second. Chelsea ain't finishing second. They're finishing way behind Arsenal. It's going to be Arsenal and City this year. Like, no joke. It's going to be Arsenal and City this year. I cannot believe I'm saying that. I'm used to Arsenal just finishing 4th. Or even playing like they were going to finish 4th, even if they did finish 2nd. 2015. Corner kick here for Olimpia. Score 2-2. Aren't playoff hunting. It started 0-0. Charlotte are eliminated. Winvo. What happens if Cincy tie or lose? What if Arsenal faces Saprissa? Arsenal would kick their ass. Even when they were 4th place Arsenal, they'd still kick Saprissa's ass. Unless they played the youth. Then maybe. Back then, maybe. Plays on, header, punched away by Rougier. All we need to do is win or draw. We're in. I think Portland will do what they got to do. I believe they will. I think the East is a lot more interesting than the West on decision day, tell you the truth. Normally does act like that, though. Here we go. 4 minutes in. 0-0. 0-0. On my Orlando Twitter, I'm not going to be happy tonight. That's what it is. Hey, at least you got Open Cup. If Cincinnati lose against DC, they need to wait. You against Connor Winvo. So Cincinnati could miss the playoffs if they lose. All this time, Cincinnati are sitting in a playoff spot. They can still bottle it. Sounds like a certain decision day in 2009. Sounds familiar. Sounds familiar. Hey, you're still going to Champions League. Better than you could say about better than what you could say about Toronto, the freaking team with the world-class Italians who should be in CONCACAF Champions League. If I were you, Winvo, I'd throw it in my face. You're in the Champions League every single day. Your team, who is mid mostly, besides Facundo Torres and, well, Pato was good until he got hurt. Yeah, and Pedro Gallese, okay, Pedro Gallese. Basically, your whole team is mid. You don't have no world-class players. I mean, I don't even think Torres is a world-class player. He's a good player, but he's not world-class. He's not world-class. Toronto FC has 3 world-class Italians. Guess what? They couldn't do shit. They couldn't even win the easiest trophy to ever win in the world, called the Canadian Championship. If I were you, you're in Champions League and we're not. You should banter me about that for till the end of days, frankly. Always could be worse. You could be us. You could be Toronto FC. It could always be worse. You could be drinking a expired bag of milk from 2014 weekly. It could be worse. Olimpia on the ball. That's a foul. Free kick for Olimpia. Timbers win. We could still finish 4th. I think they'll win. I don't know about finishing 4th, but they'll give it the old college try. Besides, I surely ain't drinking nothing out of the chalice of victory. I surely ain't drinking nothing out of the chalice of victory when it comes to TFC. Here we go. Olimpia, free kick here. Olimpia, free kick here. Cross in. Headed away. That'll be saved. Goal kick for Rougier. 8th minute. If y'all are in the Carolina Champions Cup with DC United, Salt Lake, and Austin, you'd still fail that. I agree. At least we would until Bobby Bacala gets shit canned, but, you know. What do we know? Galaxy would have to lose or draw. We would have to win. You know, who are the Galaxy playing? Cross in. Shot! And somehow, well, he just threw his body in there just to make sure that didn't get scored. And it wasn't a handball. Good job. 9th minute. Cross and blocked away. Olimpia. It's been half and half, honestly, so far. Olimpia and Motagua both had their chances. It's been high. Emotions are running high. It's been really tough. What you expect? Portland versus RSL, but LA Galaxy versus Houston. Yeah, no, Galaxy's winning that. Now Galaxy are winning that. It would be crazy if they bottled it to where they didn't get 4th because they lost to Houston or drew to Houston. But it probably may be harder than we expect, but I don't think it's going to be, it is what it is. You're having much more fun than I'm having. I don't know what you mean by that. I'm just able to laugh at my pain. That's all. I'm able to, when I'm telling the truth and speaking it like it is, I'm just able to be funny. That's why I look like I'm having more fun. That's why. Ball being played forward. Olimpia. Here's a chance. Plays through. Shot. Side netted. Went side netting. Yeah, I was like, pro refs gave Miami a pen. Oh. Not great. Goal kick for Rougier, 11th minute. I think we're going to get 5th if we win. Nashville's playing LAFC. Yeah, that's not bad. 5th's not bad. Whoever wins that 4-5 match is going deep in the playoffs, though. I will say that. That's definitely a call. Vancouver versus Minnesota, who's literally taken 8th, but RSL's 9th. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What? Uh-oh, what? We're crap. They allowed the penalty, didn't they? The goal scored, yeah? Twelfth minute. Headed on. And Winvo, okay, yeah. Goal kick for Rougier. When I said penalty goal scored, I was talking about Miami, Orlando, by the way. Band must be practicing. 12th minute. Defense is all over the place. Sounds like it. Plays forward. Long kick by Rougier. Second ball won by Motagua. Olimpia cannot retrieve it. Here go Motagua. Motagua. Back in another semifinal. Last year they beat Forge in the CONCACAF League semifinal. Of course. Goal for Miami. Oh. 13th minute. 3-0 Miami. Olimpia going forward. Oh, bad kick behind. I accept defeat. Yeah, after a 3-0, yeah, I would accept defeat too. You should just go to sleep, shouldn't I? Or at least turn off the match. Focus on this. Oh, Olimpia can't get the ball back. You know, I'm kind of envious of you. You have to turn things off when you don't want to watch the rest of it. I still have to sit through it. Sometimes. Cross in. Ooh. 14th minute. Gonzalo be happy you're gone next season. I mean, he's actually had a really good season, but hey, maybe it's sort of the Albert Pujols effect. He knows this was his last season, so he put everything into it. And actually giving him a number 10 that's actually pretty good probably helped too. Some people say Erkan Kara is crap. He is. I mean, he is. If he was as good as people thought he was, he'd be feasting on Sacramento, and he didn't. He was born offside in that match. So, no, he is. He is. I would agree he is crap. He's like at the level of a Jonder Cadiz. That's what Erkan Kara is. He is the new Jonder Cadiz. Second goal by Gonzalo on a penalty. Higuain, yeah. Oh, no, he did score against Toronto, though. 15th minute. That guy from Austria played with him and didn't learn from him. Free kick for Olimpia. Free kick for Olimpia, their defensive zone. Indirect free kick. Olimpia, Motagua has 10% more possession than Olimpia does. In a home match, you probably want to. So Erkan Kara lost to his former teammate. That's not great. Bragging rights, when that happens, sucks. Or at least being on the receiving end of bragging rights. That sucks. 0-0, 0-0. 16th minute. Most of the players that were on Atlanta United from 2017 to 2020 are now gone, especially the MLS Cup 2018 squad. Oh. Damn. Already? Fuck. Miami 4 fucking goals. Higuain has carried Miami to the playoffs. Pozuelo has 2. Alejandro Pozuelo has 2. They both have. Like, let's not forget Pozuelo's contribution. I will not let you do that. I still love Pozuelo, even though he's not on my team anymore. Ariel Lassiter scored. Oh, you let that bum Lassiter score? Oh, yeah, you're done. Bum. Lassiter. Lassiter is a bum. And you let him score? 17th minute. This isn't 2015. You let that bum score? Ugh. It's like letting Dom Dwyer score on you. Honestly, probably one of the best players in MLS history, I think. Thierry Henry is still in the top 10 of MLS players in history. I think he played better here than when David Beckham was here. I thought he played better than Gerrard when he was here. Not a high bar, clear. He played better than Pirlo when he was here. Thierry Henry is top 10 MLS players all time. That's how good. He was still class, Thierry Henry. So, still class. That's what the mask is. That's what the point of the mask is. Dream. Dream. I'm not a Dream fan. I'm not a Dream fan at all. I've only heard that the line of that song on TikTok. I am not a Dream fan. Just to make things clear. We'll have Atlanta United in the offseason. They're going to be blown up. They're going to have to rebuild. Joseph is gone. He's gone. I don't know if he goes within the league or he goes to Europe, probably within the league. Well, maybe Liga MX. But he's gone. Atlanta's screwed. Aruju can't carry all of them. Yeah, they're screwed. They probably have to blow it up. Thierry Henry was better than Landon. Honestly. Motagua, 19th minute. While they were in MLS, I should say. Yeah, Beckham has twin rings. Yeah, but did he really? He's not really the reason he has twin rings, though. Like, he definitely coasted. Let's put it like that. Dream being an Orlando fan scared me. Oh, that joke hit a lot closer to home than I expected. I didn't even remember. I don't even remember Dream was being when that came out. I forgot about that. I didn't even. Holy shit, that joke hit closer to home than I expected. What the Timbers did today was a step in the right direction. I agree. Galoob and Wilkinson, Gavin, they needed to go. Gavin and Galoob, they needed to go. They went. They're gone. They got shit canned, as they should have been. Now it's time for Merritt Paulson to get shit canned. So, I agree. Bryce Duker assisted Lassiter. Have you seen Luis Suarez is probably going to the LA Galaxy, which is going to be a big win for LA Galaxy, or not really big win, kind of make them better. I think it's a big win for the Galaxy. I think Suarez and Chicharito up top together is sort of like having Pavon, the second coming of Pavon and Zlatan, honestly. Except Chicharito's probably a better scorer than Pavon. So, I'm going to stand saying that Suarez deal is a really good move if they keep Chicharito and they put them both up top together. That's actually a stroke of genius. That may actually be very good, I think, personally. Probably trade with someone if Atlanta accepts. Honestly, I'd like to see Toronto trade Io for Joseph. Why not? We need a DP striker anyway. Go ahead and do it. Cross in, called by Rougier, 21st minute. 0-0, 0-0. Yeah, I remember. I have a curse tonight. Tried to close my blinds, and they almost killed me. Yeah, let's not, Logan. 2012 was a season to forget about that. Ooh. Yeah, 2012 was a season to forget, except the CONCACAF Champions League. Yeah, 2012 was a season to forget, but at least Toronto had the CONCACAF Champions League. Ha-ha! Speaking of David Beckham, where was he in that tie against Toronto in the 2012 Champions League? Where was he? Where was he? Where was he? Where was David Beckham at the Rogers Center? I mean, the Sky Dome. Where was he? Invisible. But we still kicked your ass in CONCACAF. Who thought that would have happened? Who was in the semifinals in 2012? Us, Toronto. We still got our shit rocked by Santos Laguna and Herculez Gomez, but who cares? We were in the semis and you weren't. Yeah, I saw that. Yep. See, three things for Joseph Martinez going back to South America, Venezuela, or continent. Going to Mexico or going to another contender in MLS like TFC, NYCFC, LAFC, Galaxy, Miami. See, you see it too. There we go. There we go. I would love to see it. Until decision day, do or die. Yep. Suarez, when Galaxy play us an open cup, will tear us open. Yeah, I saw that. 23rd minute, 0-0, 0-0. ESPN, the verified account, applauded him. I don't have much. As a TFC fan, I do not have much. Let me have this. Let me have that. Let me have 2012 semifinal run. Let me have it. We don't have much. You have enough. We don't have much. Besides a treble and 8 Canadian championships, we do not have much. At all. I don't know when we will. 24th minute. I don't know when we'll have something else. Oh, and yeah, 3 Eastern Conference championships. But those aren't even counted by MLS. If you win the Eastern Conference final, those trophies aren't even counted, even though they give them out. So those are like freaking phantom trophies. '25th, 24th minute, 0-0, 0-0. We're always hungry for cups, but Klein isn't. At least I feel you there. TFC is hungry for cups, the fans, but Bobby Bacala and Bill Manning aren't. They're hungry to peddle bullshit and make people spend money on bullshit beliefs and hopes. On hype. Yeah. On bullshit hype. There we go. That's a better word. So I feel you there. 4th DP is coming in MLS next season. That's the rumors. Finally. 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 So maybe we could get a DP center back or DP midfielder while getting a DP striker. Or we could use that DP on a center back and a midfielder. Lovely. Lovely. Perfect. That's great. And they'll still piss it away. Again, foul, free kick for Motagua at the top of the box. Seriously, Bob Bradley is that whammy, the Enron whammy. I better file these important financial documents, just pushing money into a shredder and pissing it away. That's what he is. Will Atlanta United 2 and Galaxy 2 be dropped to MLS next? Yep. Yep, they will be next year. They'll be in MLS Next Pro next year. Los Dos and Atlanta 2. Yep, they will be there. Apparently, FIFA acknowledged we were made in 2010, not 2015. Exactly, they're right. They finally should have. Free kick here from Motagua. 26th minute. Will Motagua open the scoring in their home leg? We will find out. The only teams, I think Montreal and somebody else are the only teams not to have MLS Next Pro teams next year. Chicha, Suarez, and CR7 get rid of Cabral and Costa is the ideal plan this offseason. Chicharito and Suarez, you'll have. Cristiano, though? Cristiano Ronaldo? You're not. No, that's not happening. All MLS second teams are in Next Pro. Besides Montreal and some other team, yes. Montreal are still not going to be there next year. And I think some other team is not. But it's not Atlanta or the Galaxy. I think Red Bulls too, I think it's Red Bulls too. Yeah, sounds about right. Takes a shot over the bar. Goal kick for Menjivar. I think it's Red Bulls in Montreal that won't have their second teams in Next Pro. Well, Montreal doesn't even have a second team right now, but FC Montreal will not be back in Next Pro next season. Yeah, I remember. Remember FC Montreal in the USL those 2 years? Remember? Yeah. You know what I think? Ottawa Fury ought to be resurrected as an MLS Next team. They would not allow that because it's the reason Atletico Ottawa is a thing is because Ottawa Fury couldn't be in USL because they weren't in the top division of USSF. Montreal, Toronto, and Vancouver weren't self-relegated because they were in the top division that was honestly better than CPL was. Ottawa got strong-armed because even though USL Championship arguably is better than CPL, arguably, or at least they're on the same level, not in 2019 they weren't. They got strong-armed into folding, and then Atletico Madrid. What's with these freaking gnats? Jeez. With that being said, here's a free kick, player down for Olimpia, gets back up to 29th minute. Where was I? Yes. So Ottawa Fury, Atletico Madrid bought a franchise in Ottawa, which isn't a Ottawa Fury Phoenix team. It's just an Ottawan team. But if the reason they got strong-armed was because they weren't in the top MLS division, Ottawa Fury, what makes you think they'd be resurrected as an MLS Next Pro team? Unless Montreal just chooses to put their MLS Next Pro team in Ottawa and bring back the Ottawa Fury that way. But that's the only way. Which, funnily enough, for a while, Montreal were affiliated with the Ottawa Fury after FC Montreal. They folded FC Montreal. So this is true. Menjivar's down. They give him the special spray. CR7's sponsored by Herbalife, and we signed a brand new deal with Herbalife. Okay, that's a good way to go Pepe Silvia on this. But okay. Please tell me you've seen Always Sunny in Philadelphia and you get that joke. Pepe Silvia. I see Atlanta United fully backing Gonzalo Pineda and backing him to sign players he wants. I think so. I mean, hell, they're about to run off Joseph to keep him. So, yeah, they better. I'd like to see Toronto Blues be MLS Next as a joke. Toronto Varsity Blues. Well, they're a college team, so that's like if the SEC had men's teams, so to speak. I don't know how much better the Toronto Varsity Blues are than, say, Georgetown or SLU, St. Louis University, but I wouldn't know. I think SLU and places like Georgetown are better because, I mean, the NCAA is probably better than U Sports Canada, probably, quality-wise. Orlando 1-4. Erkan Kara gets the consolation. He still sucks. He still sucks. Free kick for Olimpia, 31st minute. Very tight match. A very, I would say, I can't believe it. Crossed in and kicked straight to a Motagua first man. And Olimpia still on the ball and has advantage here. 0-0, 0-0. Free kick, Olimpia. Chirinos gets fouled. At least Facu did something. Facundo Torres. I mean, he's a good player, Facundo Torres. I mean, he just had a bad game, but having a bad game when you lose 4-0 or 4-1 in a playoff race is not the most opportune time to shit the bed. I will say that. Ball crossed in. High cross. Save. Tipped over by Rougier. Corner kick, Olimpia. But, yeah, Facundo Torres did shit the bed in this game against Miami for sure. Sounds like it. When you basically could clinch a playoff spot while winning and you shit the bed, not great. Leaving it to the last day, not great. Cross in. Plays on. Penalty. Oh, no, goal kick. Goal kick. They got me. It was a goal kick. It's a goal kick. I was like, oh my God, we'll win about 3 hours before the match. And 35 seconds in, Pedro Gallese gets chipped. Pedro got chipped. Those words, Pedro Gallese makes a mistake. I've never heard those words before in my life or ever seen it. I didn't know that was possible. Yeah, chipped by a Wolverhampton loan player. Oof. I thought FC Sevilla from Spain had a team in Puerto Rico. They did. They did back in the day. You're right. Back in like the early 2010s, they did. Yeah, they did. That was wild. And somebody else did too. Barca? Was it Barca? Was it Barca? Was it Benfica? Rayo Vallecano had Rayo OKC. Yeah, but that was more recent. We're talking about the Puerto Rican offshoot teams. And I guess Atletico Madrid did the same thing with Atletico Ottawa. And Atletico San Luis, by the way. They also did it there. 2 teams in CONCACAF? Really? You know, I will say this. I will definitely root for, if Atletico Ottawa wins CPL, I will definitely root for Atletico San Luis to at least make the CONCACAF, not the CONCACAF, well, yeah, make the Champions League, but make the finals in the Clausura in Mexico. Did Atletico San Luis make the playoffs this year too? Like the Apertura? I could have sworn maybe they did. Maybe I have to root for them then, just in case. Because seeing a Atletico San Luis, Atletico Ottawa match in CCL would be hilarious. It would be hilarious. Goal kick here. Or no, free. Looks like a free kick for Motagua, yes. I loved Rayo OKC. Oh, yeah. And then did they become OKC Energy, or was that a whole different team? Or a whole different own system? 0-0, 0-0. A back and forth match. Their jersey was so clean. Yeah, I agree. Cross in. Header over the buck. Oof. OKC Energy played Rio OKC, and sadly, OKC don't have either club. Wait, did OKC Energy folded? When did this happen? 4-1 Miami, we know. Erkan Kara scored. Mr. New version of Jonder Cadiz. 37th minute. I don't know how behind you are. We were talking about this, 4 minutes ago? OKC did during Rona. Oh, yeah. Yep, they did. You're right. You did. You're right. They did. Some other team must have fooled me into thinking they were still there, or I just forgot. Since Toronto FC left the USL Championship and St. Louis FC left, and OKC isn't in the Eastern Conference, and I still have a soft spot for Hartford, I sort of forgot. This is true. This is true. My bad. I thought a USL Championship team was coming to Buffalo. I don't think so. I'd like to see it. I was just walking out and heard notification on your phone. Oh, okay. But there's one in New York. That's Rochester. Oh, that's MLS Next Pro. But what team is in the USL in New York? Oh, a USL franchise is coming to New York. Okay. They didn't say Buffalo openly, though, I think. 39th minute. I want it to be Buffalo. I'd love to see it to be Buffalo, but if it's not, I still have the opening to do Greenville Blues FC someday and have it help Toronto FC. Because if Buffalo's around, that won't be the case. Then it would just be CONCACAF, Central American All-Stars. Travel to Queensboro, it seems. Oh, okay, yep. Oh, yeah, Queensboro does it. Yeah, they do. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. This must be USL League 1 or 2 then instead of the championship. Well, no, if it's League 1, then I don't have to worry about it. Here comes Olimpia! Blocked away! Foul. Free kick for Motagua. Rougier draws the foul after parrying that ball away. I thought that would go the other way, honestly. 40th minute. I do. Oh, USL Women's Queensboro. Yep. They do have that as well. USLW, yes. Oh, yeah, I don't know about that. I think it was the other way around. I mean, Rougier came in with his leg. I think it's the other way around. Just because he was holding his knee doesn't mean the foul wasn't on him, so to speak. I think they got this one wrong. You're saving me from yelling at my TV right now. No problem. I'm glad that I can help you not scream at your TV. I don't know if I'm making you smile, but I'm glad at least I'm entertaining you. That's worth it. That's worth it. It's the perfect destination. And we're not going to parody the Warenberg jingle. Nah, I don't need to be doing that right now. I'm on the verge of crumbling. I know how you feel, but at least when you're on camera, it's more worth it to crumble, you know? So, I know how you feel. I felt it before. You just don't have a really positive place to put it out there, so to speak, like I do. I mean, you do have TikTok, but you're not like screaming. You're just making edits, which doesn't really have the same effect. Like, have you seen an episode of Gumball where he doesn't insult anybody and he poisons himself because he saves all that bile or that all that venom and it poisons him from the inside? Yeah, that's exactly what your edits are. You don't spit out the venom. You just hold it in and make edits. Me, on the other hand, that venom comes at 100 miles per hour when it needs to. And also sometimes very witty as well. Well, that being said, 43rd minute, 0-0. Oh, cleared away by Motagua. Imagine Queensboro FC putting forth an upset on NYCFC or Red Bulls in the U.S. Open Cup. That would be interesting. I miss my Orlando TV crew. I had to listen to former BN Sports and Barca commentary guy Ray Hudson. You're a Barca fan. Why do you hate that? That's like a Toronto Blue Jays fan hating Buck Martinez for no reason. What? Explain to me. All right. You would think you wouldn't hate that unless the Orlando TV crew was much better than Ray Hudson. But, I mean, all right. That is honestly weird. Not going to lie. Yeah, Queensboro's in the USL Championship next year. Okay. How close to Buffalo? It's more like Rochester-ish or... 44th minute. They're good as he is. They're as good as he is. Oh, you just don't want the bias that finally against you. I get what you're saying. I get it. 44th minute. I'm very interested to see if Ray Hudson gets hired for Apple TV MLS. I think he does, personally. And you know Tyler Terrence and Mike Watts are going to get hired. And probably Devin Kerr as well. You know they will. All the CONCACAF guys, Josh Eastern, they're all getting hired. I'm 100% sure on that. For Apple TV MLS, I'm 100% sure on that. I would put money down. All the CONCACAF guys, Mike Watts, Devin Kerr, Josh Eastern. Those guys? Yeah, probably. Tyler Terrence, yeah, they're all getting hired. I'd put money on it. Do you see Ian Joy and Joe Tollison getting hired to commentate MLS games on Apple TV? Joe Tollison, yes. Ian Joy, 3 minutes of stoppage time. No. Ian Joy is biased. That man is an NYCFC partisan. Like, do you want him commentating other games? Like, I'm sure these crews aren't just going to be able to call their old hometown teams. They're going to call others. Ian Joy would be at the level of Ali Moreno if he calls anybody else but NYCFC. I still think he's biased and I still think he's annoying, but I understand it because he's a big NYCFC partisan and fan. He does what he has to do. But if that man calls any other games, he would be Ali Moreno tier. My ears would be bleeding. He may be a bit better than Ali Moreno, but he is about that level if he called anybody else. My ears would be bleeding. Now, people I do want to see get hired for Apple TV MLS, Steve Cangelosi and Shep Messing. That's what I want to see. Of course, and also Luke Wildman and Stephen Caldwell, but that's just, my pick. I don't know if they will, but they should. If we get any of the Fox studio crew to call games, then I will scream, played through, as in a good way or a bad way. 46th minute. I don't know if that's good or bad. What's up, Red Bull Insider? I don't want Twelman giving me useless nonsense. He's ESPN. I hope Jake Zivin gets hired. Yeah, me too. I like Jake Zivin. He's damn good. I hope he does. Maybe Arlo White will, since he's not with NBC anymore. Maybe Arlo White gets hired. I'd like to see that too. I'm good with that. I like Arlo White. I'm good with it. So that and LIV Golf. 47th minute. I have to agree with that, Ron. They're good commentators and won't be biased. Cangelosi and Shep. Because honestly, for me, the best NY crew is Shep Messing and Steve Cangelosi. I love listening to them call games. I'm a big fan of Shep and Cangelosi, personally. I'm a big fan of them. Who's that annoying guy on Fox's crew? Stu Holden? Honestly, both Stu Holden and John Strong are both annoying. And then you got Alexi Lawless. They're all three of them, honestly. 48th minute, 0-0, settle. I'm pretty scared for next year because this Apple TV deal games are only going to be on Wednesday or Saturday. That means NYCFC will have to go ground hopping around NYC Metro. This means NYCFC will have to play their home games between Citi Field, Yankee Stadium, or Randall's Island Park. Or possibly RBA. Oh, nice. Halftime, 0-0. Settle at the first half between Motagua and Olimpia. Very tight half. A very pressure cooker half. Tough game. Both teams are playing very tough. Should be interesting to see how the second half plays out of this game. Should be very interesting. I can't wait to see it. And I hope. True. We'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, talk about what I saw, which wasn't much. I mean, I saw a good bit, but nothing special. But we'll talk about it. Sit tight, be back. the second half. Orlando. Winvo changed his name, eh? Orlando Lion Fan Club, 4-1 final. We'll talk about the stats at the half. Then we'll read these comments because it looks like I'll say what I need to say for the half. Then we'll read these comments because it looks a little bit tasty. Some tea, or I should say some tea, but whatever. With that being said, 6 shots to 3, 3 on target to 2, 1 steal to 3, 10 fouls to 9, 6% possession to 40% possession, no offside on either side, 3 corners to 3, 210 correct passes to 108, 6 incorrect passes to 23, 216 passes to 131, 97% pass accuracy to 82. Yep, 82. For being a derby, it's kind of shocking. There's no cards at all, no yellows or no reds on either side. Kind of shocking, but it's been a very rough game, I should say. A very tight, rough game for both sides. And I guess since it's a derby, the referee's letting them play. There have been fouls, but there haven't been cards. For the most part, referees letting them play. Both teams have been very tough. It's been a pressure cooker of a game here by Motagua and Olimpia, for sure. It's been a pressure cooker of a game. And you could see that Olimpia are, I wouldn't say Olimpia are the better team. Honestly, I don't think Motagua are either. They're very even tonight so far. Toughly, defensively, they're both even. Both teams have been even on chances. They're trying to both sort of hit on the counter. I think they're both trying to play this first leg out very decisively or very safely, I should say. Because technically an away leg here is not really an away leg. They're both playing at the same stadium in 2 weeks. One team's the home team for this one, of course. Olimpia is the home team next week. But I think both teams personally, I think they're both trying to play very decisively. They're not really seeing this as an away game. They're seeing this as both teams are technically home teams game. And I think that's a problem with Olimpia because if they score an away goal, it still counts as an away goal, even though it's not really an away goal in their minds. So, with that being said, I think the mentality of this game is while both teams are playing very decisively and very carefully, to be honest, because Motagua's protecting themselves from an away goal deficit next week or putting themselves in position to take away goals if they need to next week. But Olimpia is not really worried about the away goals. I think both teams sort of want a 0-0 draw here and then play it all out next week. I think that's the situation. It kind of looks like that to me. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm very interested in the second half. Maybe that changes. I'm not so sure. Maybe one team takes advantage or has a goal, but gets a goal. Or maybe Olimpia gets away goals. Maybe it's still a draw, but maybe a scoring draw. The second half, I feel like it'll be more interesting, but it may not be. But I feel like it's more likely to be interesting. So where are we? So let's read some comments. Where were we? All right. Okay, that's where we were. CapCut gave me my TikTok reading voices back for edits. Nice. Fox commentators have no clue what's going on. It's embarrassing. I agree. I do agree. Nothing ever lasts forever. The people you have as friends and relationships, you might think it'll last forever, but it won't when high school ends. That's where everyone has their own lives. You're right. You're right. And nothing ever lasts forever, no matter how much you think it will. Nothing ever lasts forever. People always find ways to fall out with you. People always find ways to be fake to you after you don't serve them anymore. Or that's just what it is. No matter how old you are, no matter who you are, when people think you don't serve them anymore, they're going to stab you in the back. And sometimes people don't like the outcome of that decision. They try to hide from that outcome, but that's just, it is what it is, Frank. And some people try to hide from the outcome of that decision. But it is what it is. You know, there are people that are real in your life that will be there through thick and thin. And I do see that. But on the other hand, there's a lot of people that when the going gets tough, they're going to walk away. Now, is that temporary or will it be forever? You don't know. Sometimes that's temporary until the going gets less tough, and then they'll walk right back. Sometimes they fully walk away. But if there are people that walk right back in when it benefits them, you got to watch them like a hawk, you know? You can't totally tell them to F off, but you can be like, I'm watching you because I don't know what your intent is. But, you know, it is what it is. Again, yep. Hulk scored for Mineiro versus Santos. Yeah, that's cool. Good for him. One guy in my grade told a girl named Jenny that I like her, which is not true. I like another girl, Crystal. And now her sister's coming up to me saying if I like her sister. Or asking you. That happens. That happens. 4-1 final. That happens to everyone. Yeah, that happens to everyone. With MLS teams taking part in Leagues Cup, how serious will American top flight teams take Open Cup? Is this the year for USL Championship to finally win the crown? You know what? I could see that, though. USL Championship might take Open Cup more serious than US MLS teams. I mean, some teams will probably take Open Cup a bit more serious, knowing their situation in Leagues Cup. But you could see USL teams taking this more seriously. There could be more upsets. I agree. Goodbye, Orlando City TV crew. Yep. Rochester did win the 1999 Open Cup, and the USL team hasn't won it since. Orlando lost 4-1, so winter time. Columbus is in. That's the official word. If Columbus wins, yes. The friends you have will be there for the adventures, but some or none will see the destination. Exactly. Where were we? There we go. Yep, Leagues Cup. You're telling me if we win the crew, go ahead. Columbus needs to win or draw to make the playoffs. If Orlando win, the crew are out. There we go. Yep, confirmed it. Leagues Cup will take place in 1 month. There won't be any interruption to Open Cup or any league matches. But some people may think their Leagues Cup chances are better than their Open Cup chances. So, I mean, it could cause something. The only Fox commentary people that understand are the British ones. Sadly, they're the only ones working on Champions League and Bundesliga. But guess what? They don't work there anymore. Well, no, wait. Is there a British guy who worked on Champions League? Wasn't there a British guy that worked on Champions League with, this year? Because I know one of the crew had Jake Ziven. The other one was Adrian Garcia Marquez with Kobe Jones. Then, of course, you had John Strong and Stu Holden, of course. But I could have sworn there was a British guy who worked for Fox, actually, still, that talked Champions League. Am I crazy or... I can't be wrong, can I? Fox commentary is just really bad. Agree with that. Mad Halloween's going to be crazy, especially for fast food. Burger King, the last time I think they had a black Whopper. It's like a purple Whopper. I believe so. One of my best friends, Vic, I said to him, hey, you want to go to Mexico when we finish high school? And he said, maybe, but he wants to go to Harvard and you want to go to UNAM. So that will split apart in the future. My favorite Fox announcers are John Strong and Stu Holden. Huh? I mean, they're the best of a crap bunch. Well, actually, no, because Jake Ziven works for Fox sometimes. So, no, Jake Ziven is better than John Strong. So, with that being said, that's your prerogative, but I disagree. 46th minute, Olimpia going forward. Can they score here? Sort of against the run of play. They have a chance to cross the ball in. Early chance in the half. Header. Missed. Scorpion also missed. Here's a shot. Blocked away. right, over the bar. 0-0 still. Yeah, Populous. I've heard of them before. The club's vision to deliver innovative stadium and unique fan experience at 7,500-seat modular stadium will be decided in partnership with Populous, leading global architecture firm that has created some of the world's best sporting facilities. Yep. Heard of them before. Be right back. Yeah, Populous is a very good stadium building company. I think they built Busch. Now, Ray Hudson didn't do CONCACAF Champions League this year, but I know who Ray Hudson is. He used to do Barca, still does Inter Miami, and I still think he does UEFA Champions League games, and maybe he was with Fox while the UEFA Champions League was there. He didn't when they were with TNT, but I think, yeah, he did go back. But I'm talking, there's like some other British guy. Like, I wouldn't forget the name of Ray Hudson. Hell, his voice is pretty distinctive, to tell you the truth. His style is very distinctive as well. Like Ray Hudson, Martin Tyler, Arlo White, I'm not going to mistake. And hell, when it comes to it, John Champion, I'm not going to mistake either, to tell you the truth. Or Luke Wildman. Saved by Rougier. Luke Wildman, Ray Hudson, John Champion, Martin Tyler, and Arlo White are British announcers I wouldn't mistake with anybody else. Derek Ray was ESPN. Derek Ray's ESPN. I think he used to be at Fox when the Bundesliga was there, but he wasn't doing the Champions League. It was this like no-name guy. Speaking of Derek Ray, I probably wouldn't forget his name either. It's like this no-name guy. How do you see Hogs versus Mississippi State? It's on SEC Network, I think. Next week, or this week, I should say, at 11. I'll be live for it. Don't worry. I'll wake up pretty damn early to go live for it. Don't worry. Okay, good. Derek Ray's a play-by-play man for the World Cup. Nice. Heard that Lucas Cavallini's thinking about returning to Liga MX with Atlas. Well, let's see how that goes. Really. It just gets worse and worse for him. Go Hogs, by the way, from Cali, but grew up in Arkansas. Yeah, no, State's going to beat you. KJ Jefferson is not playing this weekend. And the line's what, -9 now because KJ can't play? I'll take it. After last year and the humiliation we had at Razorback Stadium, DWS, Donald W. something, Razorback Stadium. Yeah, I'm going to take or DWR or something. DWS is Davis Wade. Yeah, I screwed that up. Yeah, DWR Razorback Stadium or something. Whatever. Point is, in Fayetteville, when we got embarrassed because we had no kicker, yeah, I'll totally take a cheap win without Arkansas having their quarterback. Still means we probably could go 11-1. Yeah, Ridgewall's pretty good, yeah. So, a -9 line for Mississippi State. I'll take it. '50th minute, 0-0. How good is the public transportation system in St. Louis? I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I think Metrolink is okay and all that. It's not great, but it's not horrible. It's about as good as St. Louis is. Good enough. Isn't KJ Jefferson's status still up in the air? Yes, but they said if he hasn't practiced, he won't play, and he hasn't practiced yet. So if there's only 2 days till that game, if he doesn't practice, I don't even think if he practices on a Friday, they'd still be sort of questionable about letting him play. And he had a concussion, so he's still got to, clear concussion protocol. So it's very tight. But so far, what they're saying is KJ Jefferson won't play. So I don't see him practicing in the next 2 days in clearing concussion protocol. Tuca Ferretti's coming to Pumas. Vamos por la octava mi Pumas. So it's confirmed. Tuca. All right. I like it. I like it. Back for another spell at Pumas. Tuca Ferretti. He's had multiple. I think he had 2 with Pumas. This would be his 3rd. Just like Tigres. "52nd minute. If Toronto FC hired Joachim Löw, I wouldn't even think he'd do good. I would say no, he's shit. I have no expectations. Yeah, because Germany won the World Cup. Yeah, helped Germany win the World Cup. Yeah, that's all Toronto needs. Even though the man's been finished for years, almost a decade now. Sooner, as soon as you know it, it will be a decade since Joachim Löw been finished. About 4 years would be a decade. Maybe 3 if you want to be liberal about it. 53rd minute. Oh, past the post. That'll be a goal kick for Rougier. Here's a corner for Olimpia. Oh, they actually gave a corner. Oh. Wrong signage, buddy. Corner. Worse. Cross in. Okay, I don't know, actually. Maybe they're both just as bad as each other. Saved by Rougier! Oh, rebound. Almost put away by Olimpia. Somehow Toronto FC is going to figure out a way to beat Philadelphia on decision day. I don't know why, but I feel like it's going to be like one of those games that sort of the same situation as when Mississippi State wins a game they shouldn't. We could. Since Philly is guaranteed first in the East, Philly's still 10 points clear of Montreal, though, aren't they? They're still 10 points clear. Even if we did beat them in Montreal 1, Philly would still be first. What? They would be, wouldn't they? Unless something's changed. I could have sworn they were still. Hold on. Standings. Oh, shit. They're only 2 points. What did that? Okay. Actually, you know what? No, I want Philadelphia to skull drag us. Do it. Just skull drag the hell out of us, please. I can see it. I'd say TTC. Yeah, Montreal will be first if Toronto wins, unless Montreal loses. You know what? This is the one time I'll be happy with Toronto getting skull drug, because I do not want Montreal to be first in the Eastern Conference. No thank you, please. No thank you. Oh, I get it, because technically Philadelphia is first when Montreal can't get the CCL spot. That's why Philadelphia already had clinched it. I get it. Mexico's not going to El Quinto Partido, not with Tata, but with Hugo Sanchez or someone. I don't know at this point. When can you see a MLS team finally winning against America or Cruz Azul in Estadio Azteca? Ooh, it's got to be coming soon. It's got to happen in a very soon time. Very soon. Probably in the next 3 years. I mean, well, neither of them are in Champions League, so it would have to be at least 2 years, if not more. I could see it happening in the next 3 years. I don't see America just being this great all the time, or at least for the next couple of years. There are cycles, and I just don't see them being as good as they are right now in about 2 years. I don't think that's likely. Cross away. Olimpia header off the bar and cleared. Oh my God, Motagua is getting lucky. They've been getting lucky all game or all half long. There have been so many great chances by Olimpia to score a goal, and they have just gotten bailed out chance after chance after chance in this half. Just right there, chance after chance. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Right now, the man of the match for Motagua would be the crossbar. And that'll be a free kick for Motagua. 57th minute. 0-0. I want us to lose and Miami to win, so we got a away playoff game in Montreal, which we have been better on the road. If you win your game, wouldn't it be in Montreal anyway? Well, hell, if Montreal does get first in the East, that would technically mean whoever wins 4-5. That would mean whoever wins 4-5 in the East will be playing Montreal in the conference semis. Whoever wins that game, I will be a big fan of for a day. NYCFC, or if it's necessary, just remember 2022 Eastern Conference regular season champions or highest ranked U.S.-based Division I club based on 2022 MLS regular season record, but not already qualified. Philly already qualified for CCL. So even if Montreal makes it, for their sake, they'll probably still skull drag. I don't see Toronto beating Philly anyway. And if it comes down to it, if we draw by the skin of our teeth, I still think they finish first, because that would be 3 points, and they're only 2 points clear. If they get a third point, I think they have the wins tiebreaker. So we should be fine. They should be fine, as long as they don't lose. Date? No. Friends with benefits? Yes. Date? No. Friends with benefits? Yes. Hey, you wanted the answer. I gave it to you. Hey, you asked. Right. CONCACAF After Dark. Where does this go? '60th minute. 0-0. 0-0. Starting in 2023, Canadian MLS teams will be able to qualify through CCL through MLS, Leagues Cup, and Canadian Championship. Oh! How's that not a penalty? Yes, that is true, Christopher. I have no problem with Vancouver. At all. I have no problem with Vancouver at all. That's like maybe banter level with Vancouver, but it's not like hate Vancouver, you know? Like, I won't let a non-Canadian club besides Cascadia make fun of Vancouver, but I can make fun of Vancouver. But they hate Toronto more than we hate them, so for some reason. Yeah, Vanni Sartini's a jackass, but that's none of my problem. It's not my problem. That's not where we were. That was not the point there. But yes, he's still a jackass. Just because I despise a team doesn't mean I can give them props when they deserve it. Martinez is on for Nunez. I do despise Montreal, but when they deserve props, I'll give them props because that's part of this this thing of ours. This little thing of ours, part of it is having to give props to teams I either despise or don't like when they deserve it. And Montreal deserves props. I mean, honestly, the whole season, they deserve props. I'm not so blind as to where I can't give them props. I'm not going to say, fraudulent, well, because I despise them. I'm going to be like, yeah, you may be a good team. I think you're scum, and I despise your team, but you're damn good. I can't not say something I'm not. I can't lie. I cannot tell a lie. There's a hole in Quebec that they call Montreal. Go to hell, Montreal. Go to hell. Maciel and Alvarez coming on. '63rd minute. See, when you're in a situation where it's benefits, you don't have to care about what they like. Besides, like, don't have to really care about their favorite foods or their favorite teams. You really don't. See, that's the loophole. That's the loophole. Or personality. That's the loophole. Still, very unlikely, but, you know. '65th minute. I answered the question. '65th minute. Why don't I just think of the Kool-Aid Man? Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. I can't wait for the 2023 Canadian Championship. Me either. Should be interesting. Ooh. Olimpia going forward. They've honestly, Motagua's been bailed out by the post and the football gods so far in the second half. Be interesting to see if Olimpia could break through that. 66th minute. 0-0. Motagua going for it. Oh. Free kick. Yellow card for Jerry Bankston. Explain to me how that works out. See, I think that's the first card of the match. I think that's actually the first card of the match. It took 60. In a derby match, it took 67 minutes. All right, that's... Kool-Aid Man is very hilarious. That's a good ad. Or a very good reference if you look at the Family Guy. Family Guy. Imagine if that's huge if Vancouver go too far in 23 Champions League. I don't think Brown will underestimate Vancouver during the 2023 Canadian Championship. If they go deep, I won't underestimate them in Canadian Championship. No, I won't. But if they lose in the first round, I will underestimate Vancouver. But it's more likely they lose in the first round. I could see it now. Real España versus Vancouver Whitecaps. And Real España rips them to shreds. I could see it now. I could be like, I know how it feels to lose to a Central American team you shouldn't lose to, but you know what? I'm still going to laugh at you. I know how it feels, but I'm still going to laugh at you. Even Montreal wouldn't do that. But Toronto did. Whatever. You see Leagues Cup inviting CPL teams to participate or teams from anywhere in the world to participate in Leagues Cup for special occasions. I could see it happening at some point, I think. Probably CPL, but I could see it. More money. Some loves that. MLS loves that. Liga MX love that. He said special occasions, and I could totally see it. I mean, 50 is an even number. 47 is not an even number, but 50 is. But 50 is. You can see 2023 Leagues Cup. You can see the Leagues Cup invited CPL. Oh, wait, we already said that. Well, no, I actually would hate Vancouver more than Timbers ripped CD Marathon a new one in 2021 CCL. Yeah, they did. They definitely did. They definitely did. That is the truth. Yep. Now, Real España, on the other hand, they wouldn't beat the Timbers, but they could definitely beat Vancouver. Honestly, any of the Central American teams that have gone through could. Besides, well, wait. Herediano didn't. Except Tauro. Yep, Tauro. Olimpia, Motagua, Olimpia, Motagua. Alajuelense, España, Tauro, and Alianza. Yeah, all of them but Tauro. They probably wouldn't lose to the Haiti team either. Sacramento's not going to MLS yet. Benguche is coming on for Jerry Bankston. Jorge Benguche. San Antonio and MLS rumors. If Real España plays like their Cinderella selves in CCL, how far could you see them going? They could definitely touch the semis. They could definitely be like Comunicaciones this past season, or in 2022, of course. Earlier this year, they could be like Comunicaciones. They could definitely go to the semis if everything goes their way. If they play like they did in this tournament before Alajuelense. they'll definitely be in the quarterfinals if they play like the Cinderella selves and they get a good draw if they get Vancouver or Orlando. But it would be cool to see the Cosmos go to MLS, but I think that ship has sailed. I think that ship has sailed. 72nd minute. That's exactly what I was trying to say. Definitely be similar to Comunicaciones run. 72nd minute. 0-0, 0-0. Plays through. Yeah, I agree with that. Imagine Montreal winning 3 MLS Cups in a row. I would die. I would die. Or I'd be a zombie without a soul, but you get my point. Real España is not about to go down without a fight against Alajuelense. I hope the second leg is enjoyable. I hope they don't go down without a fight. I hope they don't go down without a fight. I'd enjoy a competitive second leg. Since I'm going to cover both anyway, please make it entertaining. Header past the post. That'll be a goal kick for Rougier. 74th minute. A very competitive. It looks like we're going to have a very competitive second leg in this one semifinal and a not so competitive semifinal in the second legs. But hey, could be the other way around. But what we're set up for could end up being the opposite in these second legs. Who knows? Corner kick, actually, for Olimpia, 74th minute. 0-0. Getting a away goal would be big right now if they could do so. 74th minute. Cross in. Plays down and out for another corner. Another corner. 74th minute. Is Motagua about to have plot armor? Because, oh yeah, I would. Definitely. I hope their first round would be the conference. Well, no. Oh, wait. Please tell me. I hope the Montreal game is not the first one of the whole round. I hope not. If they go to the conference quarters. I agree with that. A free kick here that's very similar to a corner in the 75th minute for Olimpia. Yep, foul. Ortiz fouls. '75th minute. 15 minutes left. Header cleared away by Motagua. Olimpia gets the ball. Still has it. Offensively. Could be a goal here. Crosses back. Still Olimpia. Still has a chance to cross into the box. And it'll be cleared. A lot of Motagua bodies right there to clear it. Really fighting for this draw, Motagua is. At home. Well, in their home leg. How far do you think Atlas will go in CCL? If they're playing the way they are in February, Not far. Quarterfinals at best. If they're playing like they're bicampeonato selves, semifinals. I still don't think they go to the final. But if they're playing like they are now, with the new coach who isn't Diego Coca, yeah, not far. Not far. So you know what? At best, quarterfinals. I don't know if they even get to the quarters. I could see Alajuelense beating Atlas or something like that. I could totally see a situation like that. Or Olimpia. I could totally see a situation like that with the way Atlas are right now. 77th minute. What about Pachuca? Honestly, though, they're playing pretty well right now. I could see them going to the semifinals. I'd be very comfortable with them going to the semis. Well, yeah, of course he wants Atlas to go far, but he won't get it. 77th minute. How far do you think Philly will go to in the CCL? Honestly, with all the teams, Roberto Morera and Yeltsin Tejeda are coming on for Motagua. How far do I think Philly will go? Honestly, semifinals at the very least. I think they can go to the final. Or Tejeda, Angel Tejeda, I guess. Hernandez for Tejeda. 78th minute. Roberto Morera for Lopez. With 78, 79, 12 minutes to go. You're mistaken. Rebel don't want Atlas to go far. What about Vancouver? Honestly, round of 16, they crash out of the tournament. We'll see what moves Axel Schuster makes, but if Vonnie Sartini's still the manager, they have to get hot. It looks like it always does. So, yeah, knocked out in the first round by Real España. I'm going to call it right now. Or honestly, any of the teams that aren't Tauro from Central America, Tauro or Violet of Haiti, any of them. Or maybe Vancouver plays the Mexican team. If they play 6 out of the 8 teams in Pot 2 can knock Vancouver out. No question. Like their best draw would be Violet of Haiti or Tauro of Panama. That would be their best draw. That's what they need to want. Anything else, you could be knocked out in the round of 16. And it's more than a 50-50 chance. You're probably knocked out 60-30, depending on how we go. He still don't like Atlas. LAFC can make it to the CCL. LAFC already won Supporter Shield, so they're in. But LAFC, they definitely could make it to the final. They could definitely actually win the damn thing. I could see, honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if the final, if the draw works out to where the final could be Philly LAFC next year. I could see it. I could see it. And you know what? I'm also going to guess that the final or the semifinals on both sides of the bracket are Philly Pachuca and Tigres LAFC. That's my guess. We're going to have a MLS League MX semifinal on both sides of the bracket. And I personally think one of them will be Philly Pachuca and one of them will be LAFC at Tigres. That's what I'm guessing. But I think LAFC might be better than Tigres right now. Honestly. They may be able to get their revenge for 2020, so to speak. But at least they have history. I kind of want to see it. Cleared away by Motagua. 81st minute. Still 0-0. Yeah, Union and Toronto both have experience against Club America. Here's the problem. Club America aren't in Champions League and Toronto aren't. So, Leagues Cup you'll have to wait for, I guess. You'll have to wait for Leagues Cup, but good for you. you know. Olimpia heads it away. Plays in the free kick, but headed away. '82nd minute. They both have had common opponents. I agree with that. But I don't see what that really has to do with Union playing Toronto on decision day. I want to see Forge in the CCL, of course. What was my reaction when TFC lost to Chivas? Well, good thing I made a RSR Classic video about that game, but I could say it again. I watched the penalty shootout. I didn't cry until I went to bed. I was just distraught. Like, not distraught, but I was like shell-shocked, really, until I went to bed. Like, I had took me about 15 minutes to finish a math assignment after I watched the CCL final, the second leg, came back up, finished an assignment I had to do for math, advanced geometry that year. And then I did my nightly routine, got into bed, cried myself to sleep after that penalty shootout loss. So that's what happened. That's what happened. I was shell-shocked until I got into bed, then I cried myself to sleep. And I still wore a TFC jersey the next day to school. I was proud of the team for making it that far. Still heartbroken that we lost. Everybody was like, yeah, they'll get back, though. They'll get back. They'll have another chance. I'm like, you don't know how much that meant, though. Cross in. Like, they were watching the final. Goal kick here for Motagua. 84th minute. So, people were trying to lift up my spirits the next day after that final. But honestly, yes, that's where I wanted. That's what I could have done. But in my head, that's basically what I wanted to say. But people were doubting Toronto. Like, I'm like, they'll go to the CCL final. They'll beat Tigres. They'll beat America. And everybody doubted. I'm like, I told you. I told you so. The next days after those ties ended. Thought I could say I told you so again. Yep, they have. That's what they do. Or at least that's what Bobby Bacala does. But they both are symbiotic in that factor of pissing away every chance they have to do good things. '85th minute, 5 more minutes to go. And this could be a chance for Motagua. They still have a chance. Blocked away. Still Motagua. Still Motagua. Blocked away. Cleared by Olimpia. Plays forward. Here comes Olimpia. Nope. No foul, though. 1 versus 5. Yeah, that was bound to happen. 86th minute. Smoke is going off. Yeah, I can see that. I wonder what side it's from. Motagua or Olimpia, because That may just look bad if the result doesn't end up being 0-0. Besides, let's all smoke for 0-0. Medjevar with a lot of great saves. Again, I agree with that. But this is I was right about this being a stalemate because with the two players I put on the thumbnail, Rougier and Medjevar, I guess I kind of called it being a stalemate, not going to lie. But maybe it ends. Maybe the stalemate ends. Here's a shot over the bar. '87th minute. And frickin' Rougier is angry that shot was able to be taken. Oh, yeah, I agree. Definitely. Rougier could probably hear that ball whizzing past over his head. That's how fast it was going. It probably broke the speed of sound. 88th minute. '88th minute. 2 minutes plus stoppage time. Araujo, and Bruce Arena's not in trouble. Moya for Araujo. 88th minute. 2 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Can Olimpia find a winner? Can Motagua find a winner in this tie? Or this first leg of the tie? Or will it be a stalemate? Ooh. Let's remember the last time Motagua had a home leg in a semifinal in CONCACAF, it had a 0-0 draw, except that was the second leg of last year's semifinal. He probably returned to Revs. Bruce Arena's still going to be at the Revs. They're not going to get rid of him. They can just blame it all on injuries and losing players that were integral to them, and that's what they're going to do. They won't blame Bruce. Yeah, I agree. TFC and Leon are both frauds right now. I agree. 89th minute. A minute plus stoppage time. Here we go. Good. Here comes Olimpia with a minute to go before stoppage time. Medjevar just chases that down to the bitter end with about 40 seconds to go before stoppage time. Motagua trying to keep Olimpia from making a run against or playing against the run of play and trying to make a good run. That's a foul. Hard tackle. Sends you to stoppage time. Still 0-0 and a yellow card for an Olimpia player on the bench. Kansas City just fired their coach, Mike Matheny. 0-0, yeah, probably. That's a good call. Mike Matheny just got fired. Garcia, whoa. Santos with a tackle, but and we're into the 90th minute. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Wonder if that starts from when he gets up. Santos, yellow card for the tackle. And then for the sideline warning, of course, there was a yellow card to a Motagua player. Not sure. I would hope so. The reaction was similar to yours. 90-38. Here's a free kick. Here's the free kick. Motagua, or Olimpia's chance to put this one away, get the away goal, and the 1-0 win. 2 minutes to go. Punched away by Rougier. Headed away by Motagua. Still 2 minutes here. Maybe 2:30. What would happen if Rochester didn't get the 1999 Cup? I don't think anything would really change in history. I think things would be pretty much the same. History would be a bit different, but 92nd minute, Olimpia keeps it in. Cross. Rougier claims. Rougier rockets it forward. Free kick. Motagua. 92nd minute. A minute to go till full time passes. I agree. I think there should be 5 DPs in MLS. There's enough money in the league to do that. I understand if you're going to get rid of the salary cap, you have to build up progressively. So I understand. Throw in. Olimpia, this would probably be their last chance to do anything in this game. Or will it have to wait for next Tuesday? '93rd minute. I'll be here for the college football this Saturday. Nice. 93 minutes. Yellow card. And it's full time. 0-0. 0-0. After 90 minutes here in Tegucigalpa for the first leg against Motagua and Olimpia, it is 0-0. 0-0. It has been a stalemate, and there's all to play for next Tuesday, the second game of the doubleheader, the nightcap. You did call your shot, but it was 5 minutes ago. Well, that being said, very tight game, very tough game. Both teams played very decisively and very carefully, and they both got the draw they were looking for different reasons. Going into the second leg, we'll see what happens in the nightcap next Tuesday. 9:15 is when this match is being played. Of course, it's just a RSR. We'll be live for Alajuelense Real España. This match I'll be reviewing, and that's all it is. Maybe I'll do 2 lives. I don't know. Honestly, though, maybe. Maybe we'll go double live. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'll consider it. I'll consider it because this will probably get more views. If I go double live, that's probably good for me. Then the RSR. Maybe. I'll think about it. I'm leaning towards yes, but we'll see. We'll see. Well, that being said, 0-0, 0-0, full time between Olimpia, Motagua, and Olimpia. 4 more games in the league, CONCACAF League history, and it'll be over. The tournament will be over, and hopefully it goes out with a bang. We will find out. With that being said, if you like the stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us to play. Share some friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you within an hour for the review of this match. I'll see you then. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See ya.